Pounders, welcome back. A little mid-afternoon stream here on the East Coast. Today we're going to start the stream by talking about potentially the worst pick on Underdog by ADP, right? This is ADP conscious. And it doesn't mean one way or the other, whatever side you fall on, if you're taking him, if you're not, doesn't mean you're right. There's no victory lap here until week 17 comes and we see who scores what, because on a single game slate, anyone can sort of do anything, right? But this is a little more predictions and projections of what we think teams are going to do in the NFL draft and getting ahead of that by either taking risers or fading the fallers. And today, I'm just going to share this list. If you guys didn't see this tweet, I put out March 11th, a little spicy tweet, and some of these stances have changed due to free agency movement, but most of them have stayed consistent. This is my 0% list. And Chase Brown was on it. And Chase Brown is still at 0% for me in this range. He's been steadily falling, but not enough that I think the range he goes in makes sense. Pre-NFL draft. Again, these takes are subject to change when we get more information, when we see what the Bengals do in the draft. And the Bengals need plenty of help at everywhere but running back. I get that. But in a pretty deep RB class, I still think a round 3 guy, God forbid they go round 1 or 2, which may be unlikely, but they did meet with Trevion Henderson, Judkins, and Caleb Johnson. You're telling me that they don't have round 2 RB, at least as an interest right now? That would hurt. That would hurt Chase Brown in his value of where he's going on Underdog, right? What do you get when you're right? And this is a guy, Chase Brown, I've been on since his rookie year. Just search my Twitter, go to my account and search Chase Brown and see everything I posted about Chase Brown. I've been on him for the last 2 years. I really think he's boosted up this high for the people that missed the value last year. They're like, I'm not getting hurt again. It's like, well, this might be the year that you might want to just hold up, see what happens in the NFL draft, because if you're right, congratulations. He's worth this pick at pick 37. You don't get rewarded for anything. It's like, great, you have a spike week on a high-powered offense. That's awesome. Like maybe you put him ahead of Hall. Coin flip for Kyron. Coin flip. So what do you get? You're getting 7 picks of value, but they draft someone in the second round, even third round. You're going to see him fall into the 60s, potentially into the 80s. That's sort of where I have him darted. If they do take an RB, he would go probably ahead of Aaron Jones. Right? He's not a prototypical like goal line back. This is a smaller back. 5'9", 210, 214. Depends what he gets up to this offseason. That's a smaller back for goal line work. Someone like Caleb Johnson could come in and take a significant portion of the first and second down carries from this guy. Yep, Chase Brown will still be valuable. He'll be fancy Rachaad White. More elusive, more explosive, fancy with the third down roll. But he's not going to get 280 touches this year. He's currently going as RB 13. And last year he finished RB 10 in fantasy points. And if you go to fantasy points per game, he finished RB 14. So you are paying the exact price of what he finished last year with the risk that they add someone of significant value in the draft. And again, I don't think the Bengals should go RB in round 1 or round 2. There's other needs. Burrow needs help at O-line. There's plenty of defensive needs, but they're at least taking a look at some of these projected round 2 RBs, which is a cause for concern for his current ADP. That's all. That's all. So this, while people might see this as a victory lap, and you're going to get people on both sides, and of course you're doing stuff for engagement on the Twitter machine. When someone questions, bad process, possibly luck boxing into running good more than a flex, but yeah, we sort of corrected ourselves. My process, we sort of corrected ourselves. I argue people don't look forward enough. They're just so steadfast in this guy did good last year. Draft Tyler Algier in the 60s. Like with zero idea of like, wow, this pick could go wrong. And obviously, I've been worried about Chase Brown for quite a while. We have not clicked him once, and we've done 180 something drafts. It's not like this is a new take based off of new information. This is potentially saw this coming with no real reward for being right, drafting him in the 30s. Again, I'm responsible for other people too. I feel responsible. I need and want my ranks to be sharp. I've provided ranks since January. This isn't my first year doing it. This isn't my first rodeo. I've won multiple contests. Like, we've been there, done that. Time to evolve. And Paul made me laugh today. Gotta find Paul's tweet. I wish I had your conviction and take such strong stands. Paul, I'm disappointed, dude. Way to ruin your little board exposures. Detrimental. It's tough. It's a tough look. Can't believe you put that on the internet. Man. Frank, extremely sharp drafter, more drafts than me. 0 Chase Brown. That's amazing. It's amazing. It doesn't mean you're going to be right. They could draft a running back. He can get hurt in the preseason. Like, anything can happen, right? But Chase Brown, yes, good ceiling, could have spike weeks. Everyone's drafting him right now in the 30s. So if you get him in the 40s, like, great. You have a small advantage over, a large portion of the current contest. But does that mean he's a good pick, a good advance rate pick right now? And does that mean he still has his elite ceiling? If someone else is taking the goal line work, if someone's taking first and second down, does he still have that same single game ceiling if they draft an RB? Those are my two worries about him. Single game ceiling, which affects deep field tournaments. That's the realm that we're playing in. And then advance rates. Is he a good advance rate pick? Paul and Frank, two very sharp drafters. It's funny to see us align in this one. And there are a good amount of people that see it both ways. Right? There's a good amount of people that see the fade as good, and then there's some people that see the bright side of Chase Brown and probably had 0 of him last year. But let's rip into a big board. We did see him go at pick 52 last night, which is funny. That was a mostly pounders draft right after. I don't even think I did the bit yet. I don't even think I did the bit on him. He's going in the 50s, but that's where we've had him plugged in for quite a while at 51, right? This isn't where he goes if they draft a round 2 RB. This is just baking in risk reward of that. There's just 0 risk baked into his ADP, in my opinion. Just 0 risk. All right, for some hellos, Chad, congrats on starting the YouTube, man. Awesome stuff. We get pick 8. Chase Brown used to go in the 2-3 turn. He started, yeah, he was up there. He was up there. And it's funny, right? Like, the first 3 rounds, you don't want to be significantly wrong in the first 3 rounds. It's going to hurt your advance rates. So the fact that he's already fallen that far, already feel pretty good about the take. Now, could shit go left or right? I'm more of a process over results, but both help. Is Chase Brown the future? That'll be tomorrow's thumbnail. We got to save. We'll save that one for tomorrow. Dude, it's the Bengals, though, man. It's the Bengals. They have so many more important needs. That's why I like Brown a lot. And again, this take is subject to change. I'm going to draft 800 teams this year. They don't draft an RB of significant value. I will draft him. I will draft Chase Brown for BBM for those contests. He's not going to fly up the board. He's not going to fly up the board. The people that missed out, like me, will be slightly reaching on him. That's what you're going to get. His ADP will rise, but he's not going to pass 3 RBs. He might pass, like I said, Breece and Williams. Might. He'll pass Breece. Breece with the negative coach speak right now. I'll give you that one as a lock. Kyron might. And we'll see what they do in the NFL draft too. Bengals should take Damian Martinez. Damian Martinez, I think, is a great fit for the Bengals. A great fit. I don't think that's awesome for Chase Brown either, though. I don't think he's great for Chase Brown either. 0% Chase Brown been hammering that with Zach Moss shares. Sick human. All right, we're sitting at 11.5% Puka. 9. We're over everyone here. Doesn't mean I really want to go Amon-Ra, but how many drafts we have left? We have 25. There's still time to carry the torch on Amon-Ra on the back end. Someone that's sort of been slipping as well. Just recently fell behind Neighbors in ADP. As a rusher, he's barely better than Rashad White. He some of the advanced analytics for Chase Brown do look good for evaded tackles, breakaway runs. He was 15th. Like there's some best ball stats in there that poke out at you, but he still needs volume to land where he did last year, where he ranked last year. This isn't someone that missed significant time. And when you go to points per game, like, here you go. Here's the list. Public information, everyone. We're not doing anything crazy. He finished behind Chuba for points per game. 15.9, which is great. It was awesome. It was awesome to have a lot of Chase Brown last year. A lot. But he's going off the board as RB 13. You need him. You need them to not draft an RB. All right, let's get the overlay up and popping. Puka shares. Anything crazy in the second round? Nothing that I'm seeing right away, which is good. Drake London, we've been slamming the Drake London click. Just curious. 10% lad. How about Taylor? Yeah, I'm not surprised there's 0 Taylor here. Probably a mistake. Let's mix in a little JT and Puka. Let's do a little JT and Puka here. Completely unique through 2 rounds. And you're not making that big of a reach here. And not unique as in like other people. It's unique for my portfolio, 125 drafts in, something I wouldn't know if I didn't have Best Ball Overlay. You can find that at bestballoverlay.com, promo code Pounders, all caps. The best time to download it is right now. End of the contest, and you want to balance out your portfolio. Wish I had close to 5% than 9%. 9% is fine, dude. It's fine. Like I said, like the dice can roll any which way. It really can. Colin in the house. What's up, baby? 6 shares of Brown. Bobert's just throwing out YouTube titles at this point. The morning grind. Here it's 2:30, 2:45 p.m. now. There were good people on both sides. Is crazy. Well, it would have been even funnier in November. If Bengals draft an RB and Chase Brown ADP ended up at pick 70, but he'd ended up RB1 in week 17, was he a good pick? Yeah, absolutely. but is his ceiling reduced by the Bengals drafting an RB? And is the likelihood of him finishing as an RB1 week 17 as high? No. But if we have this information, absolutely. 100%. 100%. Jason, what's up, man? What are the Pats going to do this year? How are we going to mess this one up? You know I got you with the titles. I need these in the Discord here. Tyler in the house. What's up, baby? Guys, if you enjoy the content, don't forget to subscribe, slap the like, bang the bell. Do the things that keep us coming back. DJ Moore, Tyreek Hill, and Jefferson to 2 spot for Pepitone. One of the pounders in this draft with us. We got Playmaker next to us at 9. And we might have a couple lurkers in here. Let me know where you guys are drafting from. Chase Brown is dead to me. Again, like, I try not to get any feelings involved in my takes. I'm open to draft anyone if the price is right. The Italians like a good deal, okay? Okay. We are out in snowy Massachusetts, baby. Snowy Massachusetts. Absolutely got wrecked today with, I don't even want to look outside. It's like 5 inches of snow. They're going to get Mike Evans 1,000 yards again, right? I mean, based on what we saw last year, it's Baker's rule. They have to. Jesus, talents. Devontae Adams goes off right after. Xavier Worthy at 34. We'll see what comes back to us here. Look at that. 45% of my JT teams have Justin Jefferson. Which, like, I like. I don't think that's necessarily the most wrong thing in the world. But should find ways to get a little different there. I'm glad we did towards the end of the contest. You will, when you guys download this, it's very easy to set up. The UI is beautiful. Josh does an amazing job with coding. You will be very surprised by some of your players that necessarily aren't like correlated, but through the first couple rounds, it's very useful, especially. And then when you draft QBs, look into your stacks. Mikey A. How much Puka and Mikey A do we have? Not a ton. How about Taylor and Evans? 0. Oh, this is going to be a fun one. Again, these are players that I have 11, 12.5%, and we're completely unique now through 3 rounds. We were unique through 2 rounds. The snow, I'm leaving it outside. I'm leaving it outside till after the stream. Oh, man. I'm just like praying it just gets sunny. It's not gonna. It's not going to. My work awaits me outside. Oh, man. Josh Allen at 41? Did we just unlock the cheat code? What did we do to deserve this? Oh, baby. Oh, me. Oh, my. 60 and sunny in Tennessee. Come on. Green Bean in the house. What's up, dude? Wow. Like, you're telling me we could have went Chase Brown at 42. That's the thing. Like, I would just rather Josh Allen there every time. Every time. If I win BBM, I'm buying you a snowblower. I appreciate that, dude. I'll take that free roll any day. Hopefully, that's too much. You got to get me like a used, like an old Honda. Arm covers in the house. What's up, dude? I'm down the Cape, no snow. So you just got rain, man? Like, God damn. See, we're north of Worcester, so it's a little more, the elevation's a little higher. So like even just south of Worcester, it'll be rain, and where we are, it's snow. It's bull. We're in the snow belt of Massachusetts. Like, oh man, should have picked a different location, huh? Josh Allen at 41, and that's the thing, right? With a player like Chase Brown, presents risk. Would you rather? In asking myself this question, I know the answer. Would you rather one of the elite QBs, be it Lamar, Josh Allen, Jaden Daniels, or Chase Brown? Like, for me, that's just a super, super simple question. Like, give me the elite QB there every time. Oh, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful day. And the no tush push thing was scaring me with my 15. I was at just north of 16%, 16.5% Jalen Hurts, and they were talking about like getting rid of the tush push. I'm like, oh dear God. Oh dear God. And then the Barkley faders were real scared. Had to be. I've just been selecting them at 2. Light work. I think our chases. Yeah, so we're right around 8% on both. Jefferson's our highest player in the first round at 15%. Pretty happy with that one. Also higher on Addison, but I need more McCarthy. Like, admittedly need more McCarthy. Just a lot of ways to get sniped on McCarthy with Addison, Hawkinson. Jalen Hurts goes at 51. Oh, beautiful. Willie gets Devonta Smith to fall and then Hurts. That's unbelievable. That's unbelievable. Wow. Waddle goes. Oh, man. I don't want to click Olave in this spot. I don't want to. I wanted any of those receivers. Where did Rice go? Rice go just super early. 36. We might just have to eat the... man, screw it. We'll go Sutton here. We'll go Sutton. Have to readjust the ranks on Olave right now. I don't think he's the worst click, but right here, if one of these guys are available, I'm just selecting them over Olave right now at the Derek Carr news. Chuba Hubbard and Kamara off the board next. Can this open us up for Bo Nix and just be done at 2 QBs as well? Josh Allen at 41. We'll see where Bo Nix ends up going. His ADP is 92. So if we can bring him in at 89, feel pretty good about that. But we're going to need, another receiver and running back to put ourselves in a pretty good situation to do that. 2 QBs within the top 100. What part of I was in Tewksbury? Yeah, Tewksbury's a nice area. What part of the Cape? Naked Allen Chase Brown. Get the comparisons out. Yeah, hey. It created buzz. That's the thing. Like, if they bring in Dart, like Olave's the click there. Probably I'm gonna flip flop Sutton over him. But for right now, until we find out more. But I also have a ton of Olave, right? I already have 14.9%, so I feel like that is good enough for me right now. We flip flop Waddle over him a few days ago. And now the Carr news is like, damn, not the best. It's a little more worrisome for some of the other pieces. Oh God, another ugly range here. I want a running back and a receiver. We're just bringing Travis Hunter up here. Debo could have a bounce back year too. I'm hovering around the 8% on Debo. I'm hovering. Curious on you guys' thoughts on Debo, because my thoughts, if he doesn't get that huge rushing role, you're not going to see him have that massive like comeback like season he had in like 23 of, right here, 37. This is what I worry about. If he's not getting 30 plus touches on the ground, you're not going to see this elite ceiling. Now, he missed games in 24. He missed games in 2022, but we'll see. We'll see what Washington does. Slight buzz about they wish they had a back that could do it all. Kind of a little knock on B-Rob. Yarmouth, nice. Yarmouth's really nice. Had some family down in Dennis before they moved to sunny old Florida. Tewksbury, the home of Market Basket. Thank God for Market Basket. That's Thanksgiving right there, baby. That's Thanksgiving every day. I think Debo is a bad pick. Trying to keep Debo exposure right around field. That's what I've been doing. Just a little underfield right now, trying to correlate him as much as I can, but let's have a peek into our Josh Allen shares. You're not going to find a lot of correlation here with any Bills in particular. Shakir, I just have such little Shakir shares, but we actually have four teams with Shakira, and that's probably most of my Shakir teams are correlated with my Josh Allen. Like to see that. Kincaid's also going to be low. And maybe this should be a little higher just because of his price is so cheap. So we'll make the attempt to bring him in here. Palmer's at 10%. Weren't able to draft him the first, 50% of the contest before you got the news that he was going to Buffalo? About 50%. All right, we have a 1-1-4-0. This is most likely going to be a running back. I'm going to pull something up for you boys. Just got to type in the URL by hand, which is annoying, but we're getting there. Okay. Luther Burden and Myers off the board. Najee Harris off the board at 77. We would have appreciated that. TJ Hawk off the board. The Hawk. And Ayuk goes. For us, this is just going to be Caleb Johnson here. Not going to do anything too fancy. No fanciness. It'll be interesting to see where Genty goes, right? Does he slide to Denver? Does Denver try to move up for him? Does Dallas try to move up for him? Does he go to Vegas? I think there's quite a range of outcomes for Genty. And then does that push up other RBs based on how early he goes? Does that push up some of these other guys that could potentially sneak into the first round? There it is. What's up, Jamie? How you doing, man? Kamara is someone that I think is good based on his price right now. He's going at 59. We're seeing with 16%. This just allows you to build your team more risk adverse, like with a lot of rookie running backs, because you have a real high floor with Kamara anyways. So we've been using that to build out some more heavy rookie builds. at the RB position. Pats at 4 is miserable. Pats at 4 is miserable when we could have had the number 1 overall pick and just took trade offers, traded back to 4 and got an extra first round pick for next year, plus some. That's the real tragic part. Mahomes off 87, pairs that with Worthy and Shakira off. This will be a 2 QB build. We bring in Bo Nix to pair with Cortland Sutton, and we're off. We are off to the races like if we're in Saratoga. My question is, like, obviously the extension was thick, but if this is a team that's like completely out of the playoff race, it's looking bad as it did last year after week 2. Do they try to move Kamara, get something for him, but they're going to have to eat. They're going to have to eat some of that contract. That's what. It's going to be hard to move him without eating like a large portion of it. So, Pat's Genty at 4 would be disgusting. It would be disgusting. I don't think it's likely. I don't think it's likely. If Hunter's not there though, and you're looking at like who O-line, like Will Campbell, it's just obviously O-line is a big need. Would they try to trade, with someone that would take Genty at 4 to get ahead of Vegas? It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. Warren, Josh Downs, Caleb at 92, Amika, Diggs, Christian Kirk. I just drafted a fun one earlier today off stream where we double stacked Cincy and we double stacked the Bears pretty early. Here it is here. Burrow and Caleb. We had a reach on Caleb. We could have taken the risk that he comes back around, but where we have that DJ Moore Rome double stack and we're drafting at the 1 spot, we just sent it. RBs look fun. A lot of receivers. We actually mixed in our first Burton share today. 3 dudes at tight end. You know the deal. What's your take on Ramondre? It's a good question. I think Ramondre is in a spot where, the Patriots, like the Bengals, don't really have a large needed RB, but Vrabel likes to run the ball. And we don't really know how much he likes Stevenson. We don't know how much he likes Antonio Gibson. I think he's worth the risk at pick 95. If they don't add an RB in the first 3 rounds, you're feeling really good about Stevenson and his ADP, especially if you know they're going to touch it O-line and improve this O-line. This is just Charbonnet here, right? Like every day of the week and twice on Saturday afternoon. This is just Charbonnet here. JT, Caleb Johnson, Charbonnet. Yeah. The thing is, like, I'm catching up on my Charbonnet shares. This was way under 8%. I think I was at 2% when Najee went behind him. And my goodness. We're catching up. We're catching up in a big way. Chris, what's up, baby? A new subby to the best ball overlay. He was enjoying it last night on stream. Appreciate you subbing and hope you enjoy, man. You're gonna find a lot of holes in your portfolio. You're gonna be like, oh wow, I didn't know I had that, and you wouldn't. Genty would take so much pressure off May. Pat's in need of a weapon. He would, but he also might just get murked behind the most holy O-line. And we're not talking church holy. Rashad Bateman. Not at 4. I would absolutely flip. Not in a good way. Not in a good way. You need to take pressure off of May. You need to draft someone on the O-line. It's a rebuild. Pats are in rebuild mode anyways. I'm just focused on what are the fantasy football implications of their pick. And it seems like no matter what, Drake May should rise a couple picks based on their first round pick. Whether it's O-line, receiver, if Travis Hunter's there, Genty would be crazy, but that would be good for Drake May. Either way, like, Drake May is pretty good at his ADP, someone that you do think he's going to run more. Remember, they held him back when he started. 0 designed runs for the guy. He had a run for his life, though, almost every other play. And he was effective as a runner. He was effective out of the pocket. Evan Ingram goes at 105. This might be a Mims spot here. Right on ADP, we'll pull up the correlation. We'll pull it up. Fluff said he drafted Chase Brown twice, and that'll be it for him. If you want the full take, you can rewind to the beginning of the video. Again, NFL draft is coming soon. We will all know soon enough. And again, we're not celebrating any victory laps. I've been around fantasy football too long to know that shit, they could draft Ashton Genty. They could trade it to pick 4 with the Pats and go take Genty. And he can get hurt in the preseason. And Chase Brown's just a freaking awesome click. And he pays off his ADP of 37 right now. But a little too much risk. A little too much risk for him to be worth that right now. I'd just rather the elite QBs. Taller Kyler Murray. That's actually hilarious. Like, how much we have to check how many hours of gameplay on COD though. Like, we're probably taking the under to Kyler Murray, I'm assuming there. Pretty safely assuming. I mean, he is a young cat. He's a young cat, so you know he's probably on the sticks for a certain amount of time. Mason goes at 115. Herb gone. Drake May gone. This team started Bijan, Bucky, went Marv, and Brees at 45s. I'm taking Brees at 45. He goes at 32. I would have taken him if Josh Allen didn't fall to 41. But this is a nice little combo. Bo Nix and Josh Allen. That's strong. Pacheco off at 120. What happens to Pacheco's ADP if KC doesn't add an RB in the first 3 rounds, in the first 4 rounds? What happens? Where does he go? Because in my opinion, he probably zooms up, 22 rounds? Probably goes ahead of Travis Etienne. Elijah Mitchell hasn't proven to be able to stay healthy in years. Like, yeah, he's moving up an easy 2 rounds. I think he'd most likely go ahead of Stevenson. So next one's up, 20 Pollard at 83. Probably in that range. I think there is just a slight overreaction. The fact that they bring in Mitchell and they extend Kareem Hunt, those aren't really signs for me that they're going to go spend big on RB. Kincaid goes here. We just can't correlate Kincaid. It's fine. They don't want us to. Hollywood here. is never a bad option. Tank Bigsby here, not a bad option as well. There are more receivers than RBs that I like in this range. But do we double tap receiver here? Is kind of my thought. Do we double tap receiver and then we come back to a pretty good range of RBs here, and then we just hit tight end, the values. Yeah, if the tight ends don't fall to you, like, oh man, one of these two would have been sick. If Kincaid's there and Loveland's there, like, I'm going Loveland. I just can't. I can't stop. We're at 17%. I have him in a lot of my high stakes. If they're both there, I know we have Allen. Don't care. We're going Colson Loveland there. My God, Chargers, please. Please move up for Loveland. That's when we put on our big brain thinking cap. The thing is, too, last year, I feel like everyone, like, oh, yeah, like, he split in the Super Bowl and shit with, like, Kareem Hunt or whatever. Like, he couldn't even win his job back. Like, he was returning back from injury, too. Like, I feel like he it's zero empathy for him returning back from injury. It's not, it's interesting. 20% bond, dude, off the field bond, scary. 20% off the field bond. Not like it's going to hurt you, but I think I have a good amount of bond too. I've been slowing, but I have him in a couple high stakes as well. We have 5.5%. I still don't think it's a bad click. Off the field shit's alarming. Tyreek Hill, off the field, alarming. Am glad we went receiver here because they kind of got gobbled up. They sort of got gobbled up here. Likely off the board. Really would have been nice to get one of these two, but so is life. So is life. Yeah, if Pacheco gets cut, where's he go? It's not like he just stops playing football. He's been serviceable for KC in the past too. Ah, man. Just an interesting range that I wanted Keenan Allen. Do we just go Goddard here? Let's go Goddard. We'll try to set up something at pick 161. Pick 161, we have an idea. Whether that idea works or not, that is that is completely not up to me. It'll be up to the room. Let's go, Tyler. Get big, man. I worked out not yesterday, day before. Did arms. First time back in a while. You know, summer's coming up. Little mini vacay, little 4-day plan on the vineyard. And after the workout, went upstairs, did abs right in the living room. Family's watching. Pressure's on. The pressure's on. 7.5-minute video. Nothing crazy. 45-second rest. Only took 32 seconds of it. You gotta lead by example. By example for the boys, right? Afterwards, you're like, is it back? Is the 6-pack back? Yeah, it's almost there. We don't got to do that again for a couple more months. We're good. I want Josh Allen at 40, but since I already had 2 late round QB options, I went with RB. I was very happy you went with RB there. I was very happy. Although I would have probably just taken the fallen Breece Hall and fallen on that sword. So I appreciate it even more. I think you were in an okay position to do it with Nico and Adams. We were in an okay position, 2 receivers through 3. Not bad reasoning, playmaker. Not bad reason. We have a 2-3-6-1 so far. Josh Allen and Bo Nix with JT, Caleb Johnson, Zach Charbonnet, Puka, Mike Evans, Sutton, Travis Hunter, Marvin Mims, Hollywood Brown, and Goddard. Last couple picks have been dusty. This could have been Tank Bigsby, I guess, as well. But then we don't get back a receiver that we like. So then we're drafting who here at receiver? Like, a receiver hasn't been drafted since pick 136. That's going to be Leggett. Tank Bigsby and Leggett or Hollywood Brown and Goddard. I probably like my combo better just because of the potential here to correlate. All right, we'll see what comes back to us. Yeah, I'm just going to fall directly on it for everyone. I will cover the landmine for everyone. Everyone just back up. I'm jumping on. But I also like Braylon Allen. Like, I still think his ADP is really good. So I will fall on the Breece Hall dart, bomb, mine, whatever you want to call it. And I'll still draft Braylon Allen. I'm not going to draft him on the same team because I think Hall is too expensive, but Leggett goes at 148. Coker goes at 145. Jerome Ford at 142. Bryce Young off. This guy's dealing with a 2.62. You have to think this is an RB here. I like that double tight end here. I'm curious if he goes to Kyle Pitts, the correlated pick for him. He goes Cam Ward, third QB in the situations. Kind of odd. Just kind of, sort of. He goes Pitts. Oh, I kind of like Cedric Tillman here. If we go Cedric Tillman here, though, we're not going Palmer. That's the only thing that I don't love. Let's go Palmer here instead. Let's go Palmer first. What was his ADP rookie season? If you're talking about Chase Brown, he was going undrafted when we started talking about him. And I can pull up that tweet. In that first year, he didn't make an impact, but he showed a small glimpse. Was it the last game of the year? I believe that Chase Brown showed a small glimpse. It was like, oh man, we would have been right if he had the opportunity. The opportunity just wasn't there. But yeah, he was completely free. 2020. This is April 29th of 2023. Side note, Chase Brown should be taken in every draft. I don't care if he's a handcuff to Mixon. That was the big board of his rookie season. Dude, I was the Chase Brown guy. Sharp drafters can still find an edge with risers and fallers. Chase Brown won't be ADP list forever. You know, he hits the next season, which I think we ended up with around 12, 13% Chase Brown. Curious. We'll check both the big board and BBM results of last year. NFL. Javonte off, Rico off. Some of these RBs, we are hoping for one of them to come back to us. Where there's so many on the board, we don't mind just reaching up for Palmer there, get the correlation if that's the pick we want, and then just clicking one of the RBs we like that's left. All right. So this was the big board last year. Chase Brown was going pretty late, I want to say, in the big board of last year. We ended up with 13.3%. Oh, nice little run at RB. Not too surprising there. It's a good range. DG Giddens goes. So it's going to be, we'll get Harvey. Calculated. There was just enough RBs left for us to go receiver here. Oh my God. Holy smokes. That was close though. That was close. They almost, all the ones we liked almost all went. We probably would have had to correlate like Ray Day and hope for him to push through like a Josh Allen on a week that he steals 2 rushing tutties. All right. So this was BBM of last year. 507 teams post NFL draft. We end up with 15%. So very much on Chase Brown when he was priced. He was underpriced at that point. Very underpriced. Now I think you have everyone that was hurt by him last year trying to catch up. Hall seems like a buy. I agree. I think you just have to, especially if you're getting him almost a full round later than a whole portion of the field was. Like, sure, just know the coaches, there's some real negative coach speak around Breece Hall and them wanting to potentially use 3 running backs. Is it going to happen? We'll see. I'd be willing to take the bet that, with the discount on Breece Hall, like you were getting him here. He fell a full round here. I'm just going to draft him there. And I'm okay with being wrong on that one. Because we also have the backup plan. We also have a shit ton of Braylon Allen, right? We have 15% Braylon Allen. So let us be wrong. It's fine. The Jets, I guess the fear would be the Jets just suck, right? O-line's just trash. Fields is out there running for his life. Thing is, Fields does check the ball down quite a bit to his RB. So should be a small benefit for Breece. Be crazy if they move him, though. A little fire sale. Thing is, what are you going to get for him if you're not playing him and he's not performing? Yeah, I agree. Reading into it too much is a huge mistake. Coaches say that shit all the time. It's Breece Hall, his talent will be evident. I'm fully on board with that. That's why I think you just close your eyes and ignore the noise. Willie going 4 RBs. Great. After just doing a little hero RB build, that's fun. Hitting RB from 140 to 180 even is really clean. Really, really clean. 2 badge lists, please don't break our heart. Don't break our heart. We're not ready for that. We're not ready for that kind of heartbreak here. 3 QBs in a row. Damian Martinez was the click. Oh, man, heart shattered. This guy's got 4 QBs, going to make our 2 QB a little stronger. Especially, it's not like they're 4 late guys. Oh, my God. Nice find there, but we get saved by Braylon Allen. Also like that click. There's one more. Pretty comfortable with in this range. You speak and he shall appear. I'm probably going Braylon Allen over Damian Martinez, but I like the Martinez click. Where do we have him ranked? We have him at 172, and he flew up to this. He flew up to this rank too. But thing is, we get our shares before the big YouTube channels come out and expose our favorite risers, our favorite like sleepy sleeps. You got to get ahead of it because once Hayden and Josh post their video, guys, like they just soar. They just soar up. This I agree with. this I very much so agree with. If you guys were on my early CSV release, we had Braylon Allen right next to Trey Benson in the first CSV release. However, that's just I had Trey Benson. I didn't have him. I didn't have like Allen up to Benson. I had both somewhere in the middle, right? Benson down 15 and Braylon Allen up 15, which I still think today's pretty sharp. Cade Otton off at 178. Am I the only like Cade Ottener in this world? I feel like his ADP is just a little too discounted. Little too discounted. Allen all day. Love the thummy. Yeah, I've been putting more effort into the thummies, Bindies. I've been putting some more effort in. You're going to see some more creative thummies for me. We're going to be back tomorrow, I should mention, at 2:30 p.m. again. Just doing these during the kiddos. Kiddos nap times worked out really well. Back to back, those Cowboys and Royals. I don't mind Bond here. I don't mind Ollie Gordon as well. Who do we need? Probably Ollie's this is a good spot for Ollie. We're pretty good at receiver here, although I would like someone like Bond. RB gets gross. Ollie Gordon, you just got to hope that his last year was just a fluke. I think he had a DUI OUI the last year, and I think, I know the O-line was severely downgraded from years past. Can he find a favorable situation? I don't mind taking the shot on a guy who's, he's fallen about 30 picks, 35 picks from where he opened. All right. I'm not the only Otton guy in here. You can have Otton. I'm good. Interesting. He missed games too last year. Obviously, Godwin was hurt, but Godwin's returning back from injury. Mike Evans, another year older. McMillan coming up, though. Good offense. I don't know. How much Bakey Bake do we have? I know we're not at field just because I think he's a little priced up, but I get it. Bond might be cooked. The details coming out about his case are bad. Yeah. He's probably going to fall in the NFL draft. I don't think teams are going to use a round 2 pick on him, depending on how they think he fits as a character mold. Could really hurt him. But do the Bills, would the Bills just take a shot on him because he could stretch the field? That would obviously be a nut landing spot for Bond, in my opinion, would be the Bills. Someone that needs a field stretcher. It's just right. His off the field stuff could just really, really hurt him. Second most drafted player for RM covers is Otton. Okay. Nice draft last night. Saw we got into the same room. That's hilarious. I'd even notice. Let me see. Some of those late night drafts, I'm just autopilot. View details. Where's my boy Kane? Oh, Volcano there at the 3 hole. You got Barkley at 3. Yeah, that was an interesting one. That was the stream draft, no? Oh, no, that might have been after. No, I did one after. That was a late night. Jack Besh, Kyle Williams, and Torrey Horn. There's our last 3 receivers. It's pretty fun. All right. I punt tight end, so Otton is a staple in a lot of my builds. That's what you see in my portfolio as well. Another benefit to joining the YouTube memberships, or I'm sorry, the Patreon, any tier, you get to see my rankings, right? One sec. Pray. We'll take a shot. We'll take a shot on him. We'll take a shot. Buffalo should be one of the landing spots. Pick 200, is what it is. You're wrong. I'll just be Jermaine Burton all over again, I guess. Let's show some of the tight ends. Yeah, dude. This is discount city. Discount city. Mason Taylor's my tight end 1, tied with Cade Otton. Chiggy, Loveland is up there. He's probably the highest for entry fees. A lot of high stakes. Jake Ferg, Tyler Warren, Andrews, Gunnar Helm, Ertz, Schultz, Fannin. I like that mix. I like that mix a lot. All right, let's pull up. Let's do a little this. Chase Brown. All right. Update coming to a place near you soon. bestballoverlay.com. The website's being worked on right now by Josh, doing some of the coding and making it look all pretty. Chase Brown started, his lowest ADP was 24.8, so right on the 1-2 turn, the 2-3 turn, excuse me. 36.6 is his highest ADP. He's been slowly trickling down, 7-day trend. And we have every CSV, which is just, Josh, you're crushing it. You're crushing it. You're crushing it. So sick. Look at this run of tight ends. Chill. Chill, my boys. Chill. They're not going anywhere. Just relax. Everyone, I need you to take a seat. Stop clicking our guides. Fannin here is fine. We'll add in Fannin as our tight end too. We'll add in Fannin. Good spot. We need him to do what he did in college, except against pros and not Division 4 players. All right, it wasn't D4. If you guys enjoy the content, don't forget to subscribe, slap the like, bang the bell. We're going to be on the way to 3K this season. We more than doubled the channel last year, and the outcry of support and you guys showing up is, largely appreciated. Keeps me coming back, keeps me wanting to create content for you guys. And I need everyone to chill out in this room with the tight ends. Please stop. Stop doing that. Stop doing that with the tight ends. Mason Taylor here at 207. A lot of the teams that we thought were potentially going to move up for tight end 2 in the first round started to get some of these vets going to their team. Denver being one of them. Which is Denver doing that? Like, do they bring in Ingram so they can go RB in round 1? Is one of my philosophies. Colson Loveland to the Chargers. That would be a dream come true for me. That'd be a dream come true. One of these guys is going to Indy, though. You got to think. Tyler Warren or Colson Loveland. One of them's going to Indy. I'd say the top 3 teams for tight end in round 1 are who? Like Seattle? Seattle, Rams are in there sneakily. I don't think a lot of people are thinking about that one, but Seattle, Rams, Chargers, and Indy, I would say, are the 4. Rams getting tight end buzz. Interesting. I haven't seen any buzz on it, but last year they tried moving up for Bowers, so it shouldn't be a huge surprise. And they sort of solidified the wide receiver room with Devontae Adams, if you guys like jokes. Troy Franklin just staring us down. We can't do it. We need either 2 tight ends here or we need tight end and RB. Let's go Chiggy. The benefit, I think, is the Titans just need so much more other than tight end that he might be safe. That's really the take on Chig. Also got a little bit of positive coach speak, but I feel like you also heard a good amount of negative too about on his lack of consistency on routes. So most recently it's been a little positive, but in years past there's been there's negativity with just with consistency. Are we gonna go RB here or tight end? Is this gonna be 4? Goddard, Chiggy, and Fannin is kind of gross. Can we pretend like we're drafting like we're right and stop there and Fannin lands in a good spot? Chiggy ends up putting up like tight end 2 numbers and Goddard is just an overreaction? I could see it. I could see it. I'm starting to see it. RB room though. RB. JT, Caleb, Johnson, Charbonnet, RJ Harvey, Braylon Allen, Ollie Gordon. I'd say this one's pretty close. Up in 4 picks. If we do go another tight end, it's going to be probably one of these 3. I feel pretty good about my Conklin shares at 8.8%. I don't really don't think it's a Conklin spot. We'll see what Playmaker does. Who's he at tight end? Ingram, Johnson, and Higbee. He honestly might be going another tight end. I don't know the rest of his team, though. Seems like he's pretty high on Ingram, though. He clearly didn't want him to fall to the Denver team. It's us. We are the Denver team. We are the Denver team. Taysom for the memes. Ah, God. If only he was a tight end last year. Yeah, he does go 4 titties. I think we're just going Sean Tucker here. This is not the best. We're going to go Sean Tucker, though. We're just going to say that draft like you're right. Goddard, Fannin, Chiggy, they do enough to advance. They do enough in the playoffs. I don't really know what Theo Johnson is going to add to the team points-wise. If you talk about upside, Sean Tucker has to have the higher upside there. Peppertone wanted Tucker. Trying to get us off the click is hilarious. Dude, what? We got a RuneScape fucking reference here. Chig maxed out his RuneScape character, so he'll have more time to dedicate to film study. Is this real? Was this dude playing RuneScape? Chig. Now I gotta Google it. No way. Oh my God. No, maybe we shouldn't have drafted him. He's playing a time sync game. I'm going to have to watch this video. Later. Yo, that's low-key funny, Pep. That's low-key funny. You know what? Like, we'll see. We'll see if a team trades for Mayer. You could see something the night of draft day here. He's not going to pull round 1 buzz, but they added Ian Thomas over from Carolina. It would be interesting to see what they could get for Mayer, just because they didn't use him. Didn't really use him last year. So I doubt you're even getting 4th round for him. You're probably getting like a 5th round pick for him. Like, at that point, you just keep him. You probably just keep him. This team ended up with 4 QBs: Burrow, Purdy, and Rodgers. I think there was another team with 4 QBs too. JJ, Bryce Young, Sam Darnold, and Caleb. Man, our 2 QB team is going to play out really strong in this room. Don't mind that at all. All right, let's have a quick review here. Josh Allen, Bo Nix. So we ended up with the 2-7-8-3. Josh Allen, Bo Nix, JT, Caleb Johnson, Zach Charbonnet, RJ Harvey, Braylon Allen, Ollie Gordon, and Sean Tucker. We didn't get any crazy values in this room besides Josh Allen at 41 was clean. Puka at 8, Mike Evans, Cortland Sutton, Travis Hunter, Mims, Hollywood, Joshua Palmer, and Bond. It'll be interesting to see what role they put Palmer in. Like Buffalo needed, they needed a field stretcher. That's just not Joshua Palmer. But maybe someone that can provide an okay floor in this range of, pick 160 for your spike week guys. Goddard, Fannin, and Chiggy kind of leaning into a decent landing spot. Harold Fannin, Chiggy should get a boost. Like, I do think this is a player you're going to get a boost out of when you get Cam Ward that goes 1 overall at Tennessee. But what happens after pick 1, we won't know for a little bit. Obviously, they need weapons. Like, it's one of the worst offensive cores in the NFL. Probably, maybe the Pats are just ahead of them as being the number 1 worst. But Goddard, Fannin, Goddard's fine. Like, he's falling. It's not good nor bad. Negative coach speak. Like, does he get moved? I just don't see it. I don't see it. Could it happen? Sure. Does it mean his ADP is dead? Not necessarily. Still a lot of teams that need tight ends. All right, guys. Appreciate you coming on this one. We can only do one today. Got to go wake up the kid from his naparoo, but we'll be back tomorrow, 2:30 p.m. Eastern. And tomorrow's talk, we'll be covering Chris Olave and the dependency of Derek Carr to start that stream. So appreciate you guys. If you guys enjoy the stream, go down, slap the like, hit the sub, do the things. If you guys are interested, bestballoverlay.com, the biggest edge in best ball. Promo code Pounders, all caps, 25% off. We'll catch you on the next one. Pounders.